tua ma le au nanga mo tau sa mo service station nei tona I matu. Ma tau te utuina lo ta vale ma le tele o nisi o matu au nanga ese ese. Ai le ngata foi le ma tau te sia ke ina fo ilo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow, mau lah ucapan. Afai foi vai pa olosa. Awala te pon, ma tu te siapa lah yang foi mau lah ucapan. Molo no posila mua, tapela ucapan le pe out. Lua, tapela o telefone ni tai me utu ina le ucapan. Male vaenga mulu. Mana tua fo e matua I fasaina lo tau maktapa ai no fuanga papeni Ota Samoa ore mota mo Samoa ma do te fia e au na pe mo o Samoa aftaila fia mai we'll see you again God bless.
Dela wana faila whaatau. Ile tupele na mai le talo whawaucha. Dela wana whaakau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher. Tai fu se whanau le la mai o le talo whawaucha o mawai whaatau mane ai o le yaso. Ia no whaat. Dela wana faila whaatau. Ile tupele na mai le talo whawaucha. Dela wana whaakau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher. Tai fu se whanau le la mai o le talo whawaucha o mawai whaatau mane ai o le yaso. Ia no whaat.
Talawhalava everyone, malole soifua maumale lange mama. How are you? How are you for this Friday? Because it was just a little bit...
To be honest, I'm ready for the weekend. I'm super happy to be here, as always, on BluTable Podcast, but I am very keen for the weekend.
You know what? And I'm pretty keen on the weekend too. You know, it's been a full-on week here for the team, not only for Blue TV, but for Blue Wave. And again, both myself and Claudia and the team here, we're up early this morning. I think we were up before the birds as well this morning, because I was like eating worms before they were. Oh, this is busy as. But look, a warm Pacific greetings to all of our amazing viewers who continue to tune in, show the love and support. Talawhalava, what are you doing on this beautiful Friday.
Oh, it looks like you're getting ready to do some boogieing.
I am. I'm going to be boogieing tonight. So, you know, we've got a bit of a busy schedule. I've got my two nieces, my family here from Australia. I've got Dare, I've got Jay here, all the way from Brisbane, and they're leaving tomorrow. So, massive shout out.
Gonna make the most of them tonight.
Yeah, that's it. That's us at Sweatshop tonight. Catch us there. Cash me outside. But then we've also got May here, who's also from Alice Springs. So if you are visiting our beautiful country from Australia, please make sure that you wash your hands, because we know that you guys are bringing the COVID over already. But also, before we get into the things and our special guest that we have today, I just wanted to make a special shout out to Say Oriana, one of our sponsors. Look, Say Oriana have a special calendar that is currently in stock at the moment.
Are you featured in the calendar, Pea?
I'm featured
With the
in
beautiful
April.
dresses.
I'm featured in April. So support our local businesses. Actually, I'm not featured in the calendar, but we've got a few images here. The calendar is the theme is growing with Mother Nature. Growing with Mother Nature. It is a beautiful, beautiful theme. And how fitting is this calendar, especially now that we've got our very, very first female Prime Minister of the Pacific, the beautiful Fiame. So it's the first, and it's actually the first women's farming calendar. So
these are amazing photos.
Amazing. Look at how beautiful.
Amazing.
Oh, it is. I'm missing home. I really, really am missing Samoa. So these are just a few images that are in the calendar.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm not featured in April.
Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. I got really excited for a second.
But you know, now that you've brought it up, I might actually ask Mal if we can have a calendar. That'll be good. Because I've always wanted to dress up in a firefighter outfit.
Now watch those calendars sell out in seconds if you do that.
But yes, the calendars are available in store at Say Oriana here in Mangele, Okilangi, New Zealand. Or you can head over to the Say Oriana website and purchase wherever you are in the world, as long as you pay for the shipping.
Yes.
You can purchase a calendar, and it's the very first women's farming calendar. Not only are you supporting our local businesses, you are supporting our female farmers back home in Samoa. So the images are so real.
They're amazing. Really amazing photos.
You know, we're going to have the team here who who have been coordinating this with our team in Samoa next week. So keep an eye out, because I think I'm feeling a little bit generous, and I might give away an awesome calendar, and I might we might just feature in April, But a massive
you can
thank
feature
you
in April now, feature in December. How about that?
Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds good to me. But it's only $25.
Yes, and before she says something else, I do want to mention one more time. I'm sorry, Beth. Head over to Sarah Ariana, head over to their Facebook and also their website, and check out the beautiful dresses that the beautiful Bear modeled. They're absolutely stunning, they looked absolutely gorgeous on you. So, you know, I just need to plug that in one more time. It's amazing. You're glowing, you're radiating in those photos. So honestly, head over and like you said, was it yesterday that you said if you purchase that dress, you're also going to get the same level of confidence that this little chickie got when she modeled them. So
no, don't know about little chickie, but okay. Look, it was an amazing experience. Still smiling, you know, for the opportunity that was given by Say Oriana, Mouse. Massive shout out to Mouse. But please head into Say Oriana and support your local businesses. Don't forget the calendar, the Growing with Mother Nature, the very first women's farming calendar. And I'm like emphasis, like the first, and I'm talking about the very first female women's farming calendar. And how fitting is it with also the very first female Prime Minister of the Pacific. So purchase it. All proceeds go back to Samoa to help our women there in the farming industry. So yeah, but you know what? You've seen the photos. We're going to have our special guest as well here next week to talk a little bit about the calendar and how they've coordinated everything. But it's available online, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world. Head over to Say Oriana website, purchase it. Christmas, the perfect Christmas present.
It's going to be amazing. And we are going to be heading into a short little break, but we are going to be bringing out the beautiful Joy, who is a Samoan, half Kiwi advocate and solicitor for the New Zealand, don't want to get this wrong,
I know, because
for the New Zealand Airline Pilots Association. Yes, I didn't want to get the abbreviation wrong.
I know.
Because I had a little mistake yesterday, so I didn't want to do that again.
What was it, Tuval?
No, we're not going to mention it again, but yes. But yes, we are going to go into a short little break, and then we will bring her out. So stay tuned, guys. It's going to be a very interesting little conversation.
It is, because you know what? I'm going to ask a lawyer her thoughts about the comments that were made with regards to appropriate outfit.
Yes.
I'm just going to
still a hot
throw
topic,
it
guys.
in there.
Still the hot topics, and we are going to be talking about it. And I'm just going to give a really quick but very big and important shout out to Tara, who is a new editor, and she did an amazing job editing one of the clients' videos for Blue Wave. So awesome work, Tara.
Thank you so much,
we love your
sis.
work. Honestly, blew us out of the water. So stay tuned. We are going to be right back.
Tau tua ma le au nanga mo tau sa mo service station nei tona I mata. Ma tau teu tuina lo ta vale, ma le tele o nisi o mata au nanga ese ese. Ai le ngata foile, ma tau te sia ke ina fo ilo ta vale. Sepala ya foi suau, mola o tapan. A fai foi o vai pa o losa. A wala te poli, ma tu te sepala ya foi e mola o tapan. Mola no posila fia. Mua, tapela o tavale pe auto. Rua, tapela o telefone ir tai me utu ina o tavan. Ma le vaenga mulu. Mana tua fo. E matua I whasaina, lo tau maftapa ai no fuanga whapeni. Hota Samoa, ore mota mo Samoa. Mato te fia e au na pe mo o Samoa. Maftaila fia mai. We'll see you again. God bless.
Leva'a na whailau whaatau. I le tupele na mai le talo voucher. Leva'a na whaakau ma me te mga oi. I le voucher. sai fu se whanau le la wai o le talo whawautia o mawai whatau mane ai o le yaso. Ia no whātu.
Talofa lava, and welcome back everyone to the BluTable Podcast. We have the beautiful Joy here, who is an advocate and solicitor for the New Zealand Airline Pilot Association. I got it right this time. It is a Friday, I'm sorry. But so her background is employment law. She works as a lawyer for the Pilots Union, and she's also the president for the Auckland branch of the National Council of Women New Zealand. And if you hadn't heard of that, it was actually, the organisation was founded by Kate Shepherd, who is the very important lady that is on the $10 New Zealand note. And she actually fought for the women's right to vote. Isn't that right?
Exactly.
Isn't that amazing? What an amazing young lady. Joy, do you just want to say hi to the viewers? Tell them a little bit about yourself, what villages you're from, and all of that.
Talofa lava, o lo'o ingoa o Joy, o lo'o nu'u o Apolima, and Upolu. Yeah, my Samoan is unfortunately not very good, but thanks for the invite to be on the show today.
Yes, fine. Oh, you look, it's an absolute honour having you here on the show. You know, I know it's don't even sweat the Samoan part. Really no talofa lava. Yeah, bonga. Yeah, no, it's
we're very welcome in here. Like, I speak Spanish, I don't speak Samoan.
Sometimes like kia ora nga whānau. You know, look, don't sweat it. You know, it's an absolute honour having you here on our BluTable podcast. So, man, let's get straight into it. I know that we're, you know, myself and Claudia have been like just a little bit puzzled with a few of the terms that we've been looking at and reading. I'm like, what the heck is
it's like
that?
a whole entire new world for us.
Yeah,
So, like,
it is.
Tell us a little bit about the field you're in, because as a lawyer, I didn't really know there was this like a specialization for like pilot law.
Yeah. So I studied law at the University of Auckland, and I've been in this current role for about almost 3 years now. I guess my role is not exactly a traditional lawyer role that you kind of think of. You know, you go to law school and you go work in a law firm or maybe in government or something like that. It's as an in-house lawyer for a union.
Yeah.
So I do primarily employment law. So I negotiate collective agreements for our members. And so we've got members all around the country who are pilots or air traffic controllers and or flight service, which is, so basically people who work in aviation.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
What got you interested in aviation?
I worked in employment law while I was at uni, and this role kind of just came up when I was looking for jobs, and it wasn't really something that I had expected, but I don't know, I went in for the interview and really just thought it would be a really good job.
And you travel too?
So I do quite a lot of travel around the country, which is pretty cool. Normally would probably get to do a bit of travel in Australia, but obviously with things the way they are at the moment, not so much.
Funny that you've said Australia. So do you do a collaboration with some?
For the Australian pilots, so like the Jetstar Qantas pilots as well. So pilots employed in New Zealand though.
How difficult is it? So I'm just wondering. I mean, you know, like what? I mean, is there anything really that they need your service? Obviously, they need your service. What's something common that they like to dispute?
I guess something that you would maybe not realise is that there is a whole sector of the industry which is they're not as well paid as you'd think pilots are. So
interesting.
It's kind of like when you first start out working in your first career, and often those areas are you don't get paid very much because it's like your grad role. So there's that whole section of the industry which is kind of termed general aviation, and so that's where I started when I first got this job, and it was really cool kind of working, learning about the industry and helping people with, some really common, wage problems or
it's not really
basic
like something
human
you
rights
hear a
stuff.
lot. I mean, you hear that a lot from teachers, but never from pilots. I always assume that pilots were breaking it in.
I've always wanted to date a pilot too.
Oh man.
Now, baby, you are married.
I'm just saying, like, you know.
Sorry, Phil, if you're listening.
He probably is.
I'm gonna say no comment on that.
Well, I mean, obviously only because, you know, they'll just be like, hello, honey, I'm home.
Okay,
And
so
then it's like,
any
honey,
of my
you're
members are
gone.
watching this.
While any of your members single.
And never take us into a break, please.
That was just a joke, you know, just to get everyone, you're laughing now, right?
Yeah, I'm very relaxed now, you know.
Yeah, very, that's good.
It's all part of the plan, eh?
It's all part of the plan.
Yes.
Just give me the details after the break.
Yeah.
Sorry, Claudia, take it away with the question.
I think you've just lost my train of thought now. But yeah, so like I've always heard about like teachers pushing for better wages, but never pilots.
Yeah.
Like that's just kind of like blowing my mind to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's kind of like, you know, New Zealand's quite a small country, and so if you look at what pilots or, you know, air traffic controllers are getting in other countries, we may be, there may be some differences. Yeah. So and it's not just about money, you know, unions aren't about money, it's about like safety, it's about having access to, you know, legal representation and stuff, and lots of different issues. So it's not, it's
Is
not
there
just
a
about
big
that.
demand for lawyers within your field in New Zealand? So it's quite like a niche.
We've got a small team, so there's 4 of us.
Wow.
And then that's
you guys
it
kind of look
for
after-
us. Yeah, but we obviously work a lot with the big employers. Yeah.
So in New Zealand.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Because I'm just sitting here going, But what I mean, apart from the wages, would you know, time off, would that come into play as well?
Yeah.
Because I'm just saying, New Zealand's quite a small country, so obviously, you know, like Claudia said, you know, there really wasn't a demand with the pay, but then I'm just thinking, well, they must kind of want to dispute all the time having that time off, and how does that work? Because there's probably not that many pilots out here in New Zealand, right?
There's still quite a few.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, the last year's been really tough because of COVID.
Yeah.
And aviation in general is just really, with tourism, you know, there's lots of different sectors in aviation. There's like the tourist sector and training, like people who teach other people how to fly, and not just airline pilots, but I guess with airline pilots, they have to be available to work all the time, and so the days of work and the rules around that are really important, and just for safety reasons as well. You know, you don't want like a tired pilot flying you. So that's
what I was saying.
Yeah.
I've never ever crossed my mind that there's, you know, that can you please pay our pilots well? We do not want them to be flying that massive plane while they're tired.
Yeah, but there's lots of rules and stuff around it and the law. So it's just making sure.
So you obviously enjoy your role as a lawyer, and but you also are the president of the New Zealand National Council of Women.
Auckland,
And of the Auckland branch.
Yeah,
That's
so
really amazing. Can you tell us a little about that? Because I was only introduced to that council
Yeah.
very, very briefly, not so long ago. And it's amazing what you guys do. So you can tell us a little bit about that, because I'm sure that a lot of our viewers have never heard of the council before.
Yeah, so I guess as you said before, it was founded. It's 125 years this year, actually. So we're going to have our 125th year celebration, founded by Kate Shepherd. So that's a really cool history to have as an organisation. You know, that someone of that standing did that work.
I know, and to even be part of a council that a remarkable
It's still
board.
existing.
the president,
So I'm the Auckland branch. We've got a national president and board, and then we've got different branches around the country.
Yeah.
But basically, what we do is one of the big things. We're an umbrella organisation, so lots of different organisations are members. So any kind of organisation that believes in what we believe in can become a member.
Yeah.
Such as different political parties, some of the big unions, lots of local organisations in Auckland, Auckland Women's Centre or Gender Justice Collective. All these kinds of groups are members, and basically what we do is we're aiming to get more gender equity
Yeah.
in Aotearoa, New Zealand. So it's, we do a lot of submissions.
Yeah.
So we put, put notices basically out to the members and try and get feedback, and we've got a long history of policy which informs our submissions to the government, and so that's probably one of the biggest things that we do. And then there's also this thing called the Gender Equal Project, which is happening at the moment, and the Gender Attitude Survey. So that's this survey that's been going for a few years to kind of test, what's New Zealand's attitudes towards women and the family. Has it changed over time, or is it still kind of the same?
It's amazing.
Still kind of the same. I think it's changed a little bit.
Yeah,
Definitely.
What do you want to say? I feel like there's something brewing in that little.
I'm not going to say anything because I really need to get that visa approved for this weekend. So I'm just going to zip it out just a little bit because I need that visa approved. And obviously that part is still remains quite, touchy because I still kind of have to, say, please, honey, can I go out this weekend?
I
want to ask, but I don't know if I should.
So you do all these amazing things. Do you find that like females within different ethnicities and different organizations face different opportunities and different discriminations?
Yeah, for sure. I think like women in tech, and that's quite hard, especially maybe being a brown woman in tech, or those kind of traditionally underrepresented industries like aviation, or those kind there of where you kind of see just you think of it as a male field.
What do you say? Because I know there are a lot of people now fighting for like women equality. What do you say to the people that are like, oh, it's just another feminist? Like, they want to be better than men. They think they're better than men, right? You know. What do you say to them?
That's really hard because I feel like people still have that view that that's what feminism is. But as I think we kind of spoke about a little bit, is
because that's what I was going to say. Like, obviously our viewers are like, what, intersectional.
Got something on your mind?
Get those thoughts. Sorry, intersectional feminism.
Yeah.
We were discussing that. What is it? What is it exactly? Because we were discussing it. We were having a look and I was like, is that, and then I wasn't sure, I'll be honest, obviously, because I something else.
Yeah, I mean, feminism has long had that critique that, maybe it's a bit too white or Pākehā, or, like it doesn't apply to lots of other kinds of women. So intersectional feminism is about, like, taking that back and, making sure that any kind of, like, identity that someone has. So for me, as a, like, Pasifika woman, those are my two kind of main intersecting identities, and so it's about identifying and recognizing that a Pākehā woman may not have the same challenges that like a disabled woman would have, or a an African American woman would face, and then also like class and where you come from and your background and that kind of thing. So it's explicitly recognizing that.
It's because I was
so many different levels that I honestly, I'll be honest, I was unaware of.
Yeah. So I thought the same thing, and I was like, as soon as I saw intersectional, I was like,
you looked at me, you're like, what is it? And I was like, we tried to Google it, and we were like,
and it was so kind of like there isn't that much information in on Google actually as well.
Yeah, I think it's more of an academic term. So I wouldn't like stress too much about it, but it's just me kind of trying to show that that's it's about recognizing all those different things that disadvantages that people can face because of structures in society, not like
disadvantages when you wear a mini skirt. When you wear a mini skirt is like that kind of disadvantage.
The disadvantage for being judged for wearing the mini skirt.
Yeah. But it's great that you've explained it now, because especially for the viewers and for myself, at our next dinner party, we can just be like, does anyone know what intersectional feminism is? Because I know and I can explain it. So
it wasn't interesting. It was definitely. Myself and Claudia, we spoke some previous shows about being a feminist, and we're like, no, we're not, just because we've
You don't wanna
clarified we are not feminists.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And you know, and it's funny that you said, I think you're the first person that's kind of gone, oh no. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I can totally understand why a lot of like Pacifica women especially may not identify as feminist, because it's, you know, seen as like a Pākehā thing, or, you know, maybe it's not in line with our cultural values or our traditional values. But I don't know, I think that it's really useful to kind of call out, it's kind of about power, right? And like calling out who has the power and who doesn't, and trying to figure out a way to, you know, explain and help people who don't have power, like either just improve things.
We might
really.
just actually have to do a little bit more research on what feminism actually means and what it involves.
Because maybe I am,
maybe
but
we
I'm
are
just
secretly feminist.
Yeah, secretly, but I didn't know that term, the academic term for that power that I hold.
Father's probably going, oh crap.
Yeah, Father's like, here we go with my wife trying to make up some BS.
Before we say anything, Jamie, we are going to go into a short little break, and we're going to come back.
Talk a little bit about that, because you're the first
that.
person that's actually, and I've actually said it on the show before. No, guys, I'm not a feminist. And, you know, I've made it quite clear, because I equal, you know, all this. And, you know, I've mentioned before, you know, I've been married so maybe I am secretly one, but I just don't know. Find out after the break. Let's find out. We're going to have a quick discussion, and we're going to play the ads. So a massive shout out to our sponsors as well. So stay tuned, guys. Feminists.
Tau tua male au nanga mo tau sa mo service station nei tona i matu. Ma tau teu tuina lo ta vale, ma le tele unisio matu au nanga i sesi. Ai le ngata foile, ma tau te seke ina fo ilo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow mau lau tapan. Afai foi vai pa olosa. Awala te pol ma tu te siapa lah yang foi e mau lau tapan. Molo no posila fia. Mua tape lau ta vale pe out. Rua tape lau telefoni i tai me utu ina lau tapan. Male vaenga mulu. Mana tua fo e matua I whasaina lo tau mafutapa ai no fuanga whapeni. Mata Samoa, ore mata mo Samoa. Mata te fia e au na pea mo o Samoa. Mafutaile fia mai. We'll see you again. God bless.
Leva'a na whailau whaakau. I le tupele na mai le tālo voucher. I leva'a na whaakau me te mga oi. I le voucher. sai fu se whanau i la suai o le talo whawautia o maua i whatau mane ai o le iaso. I alo whātu.
You got me
We
thinking.
definitely don't have it.
Wow, I'm just
Hello.
sorry. You caught us off guard. We are in deep thought, and we've had Tara also comment and say we're waiting, Pea, Claudia. Yeah, I'm kind of just we were just talking and discussing the term because I've been feminism, and about equality in society
And Joy asked a really good question. She said, do women have equal opportunity? And I'm going to say no.
Yeah, and I said, I actually said off camera, and I'm gonna say it again. I thought we did,
Yeah.
but then we had someone yell out no, and
And there was actually a man that yelled out no, too.
and a man also yelled out no.
Yeah.
But then I was just like, oh, well, maybe I've just got equal.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, Joy, women in management roles actually earn 20% less than their male equivalent. Or it's like, you know, the
Yeah.
pay isn't the same.
There's still a gender
Yeah.
pay gap. Yeah. And I think it's not just about that, it's about who is in the position of power now. Like in the legal field, for example, you see lots of law firms still don't have gender equity in their partnership levels. So you'd think after, how many years of women in law school, like becoming lawyers, you'd see more equal rates because, we live in New Zealand, we've got gender equality.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it hasn't happened. And then you've got to ask, why hasn't that happened? Is it just like, women are choosing to stay at home and look after the kids? Is that why?
Oh my god!
But it's also like, well, do they really have a choice
Yeah.
if society expects women to do that and expects men to go to work and make the money and maybe puts unfair expectations on men as well to be the, provider and stuff like that? And is that really fair to men as well?
So
I mean, that's what feminism
It is
about, right?
interesting because I'm just sitting here going, oh, yeah, because and the funny thing is I was actually complaining about that yesterday, about how I was expected to kind of stay home to nurture the my girls, and the older two they left them. Oh, they were 3 months when I left them both, and so to return to work.
Yeah.
And then I actually made a comment. I was like, it's so not fair. Why do I have to, rush off to work and dump my kids? And there wasn't. And then, actually, maybe I.
But even
maybe I did.
But even when you see like who does most of the, especially in Pacifica families, who does most of the caring roles, it's always the woman. Caring not just for kids but for your elderly, for your family, doing the running around, like driving.
Wait, I need to say reply to this because I know my husband's watching. He's like,
He is watching. He said, Happy
watching.
Friday, ladies. You know what that means.
and he's probably like, you don't do the running around, you suck at you, and I don't. But yeah, that's probably why it never crossed my mind because, like I mentioned off camera, there was really no direct kind of. I don't think we've ever openly discussed it on the show, and I don't think anyone has ever gone, oh no. So thank you for that.
No worries.
Because
It's
now I'm
something-
going to be fighting for my rights, to be able
Equal
to
opportunity, guys.
equal opportunities. So when the guys go out and they're allowed to go out, because this happens in the Pacific family all the time. I'm just saying, and I always
We're
used to-
exposing right here on the table.
So and I'm just thinking, why? Why do the boys, especially in a Pacific Island family, why do they get
Well,
away?
that's in the South American family, so it's very frustrating.
Yeah, it is frustrating.
It's so
Now that I'm
frustrating.
thinking about it. Power to the woman. Power to the woman.
So does that mean you are a feminist?
Maybe, Sorry, guys. It's all over for you now. I'll be posting now. No, it was just an interesting, that you brought it up because I've been quite, made it quite, I'm not a feminist. No, I'm not. But now that you've challenged,
to think about
Yeah,
it.
to think, yeah.
But that's something that I'm really passionate about is trying to see what can we do in society to make it a bit more equal gender-wise. And it's, I mean, like, for example, we've been submitting that we should put a gender lens on policy that government is making. So then, you know, whenever they're creating policy, they should explicitly say, you know, how does this impact women, men, other genders, like gender minorities and stuff like that. Because when you, like in society, when you look and you try and create policy for the most vulnerable, it actually helps everyone. So that's something that, you know, like we don't really think about as, you know, able-bodied people who can walk and, you know, live life mostly okay, but if you know, think about your most vulnerable and you try and cater to them, then it actually benefits everyone else in lots of different ways.
Wow, this is I'm just kind of like, you are coming next week, we'll book you in Thursday. It is interesting.
Joy, for the viewers that are listening to this and like wondering or wanting to talk more about this, are they able to join the New Zealand National Council of Women?
Yeah, definitely. Just go to our website, www.ncwnz.org.nz.
There you guys
join
go.
up.
Join up and you can have all these amazing conversations.
We do have lots, and like, you know, not everyone in the organisation identifies as feminist either. I don't think we're like an explicitly feminist organisation either, but like me personally, I am, and obviously there's lots of like wahine Māori who maybe don't identify as feminist because they've got their own traditional like way of things, like mana wahine, I don't know, you guys maybe have spoken about it before, but you know, that's fine, like it's not a we all have our different views and we all kind of debate them, and all of that gets put into the national organisation. So it's quite cool.
Amazing. That's really cool. And there are a few branches within Auckland, am I right?
Yeah, so there's a Manukau branch, and
there's one in Manukau, guys.
There you go, South Auckland. Ooh. Watch out, guys.
But join my branch, the Auckland one.
I'm actually just blown away. I'm really quite worried about what I'm going to say next, because I really need that, you know.
Well, unfortunately, we are running out of time just a little bit, I'm afraid. Sorry, Pea. So do you just want to show our viewers the amazing calendar from, say, Oriana?
Yes, and talking about women.
This is so cool.
It is cool, right? It's the 2020 Growing with Mother Nature, the first women's farming calendar with moon phases. So we're excited, and this is pretty cool, you know, and I'm so super proud of the Samoan woman. Like, look at that. Look at how real do you want that? You know, where's the camera? There. Sorry. But, you know, it's
amazing photos.
Like, you know, and that's our woman doing everything. Sorry. Like, you know, we've got the farmers there. This is really cool, actually. It's really, like, it's real.
It's so real.
And
it's something you wouldn't really see as well.
No, you
normally,
wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. But, like, look at that. You know, you have the he who plants trees loves others beside himself. Oh my gosh. I love it. And look, like this one, I think Lemel's already showing that one. I think we've got up to about May. So let's go to April.
I love this one.
This is, like, that one is pretty cool. I love that one.
I love that one. Even October on the other side is really cool.
Yeah, like, look at how amazing. And let's go to October. Like, there. Is it that? There.
What tree is that?
Oh, it's koko. Is that
the
koko?
koko?
That is the koko. But it's the women who are farming. And that's, but like, look, I'm done. This is my favorite. Like, check out November.
This is very beautiful.
You know, this could be Māmti Nā. Like, oh my goodness. Like, how awesome is this, guys? You know, like I mentioned earlier on, all proceeds, a whaape whaakau I le calendar lea, or, you know, kupe oma e ave sao e Samoa e kausia ia le au farmers. Like, check that out. Like, this is my favorite. Check. Look at how amazing our women are, right? I love it. And there are also e fwoi alanga upu here also on the calendar. So every day when you're trying to organize something, on the daily, e fwoi alanga upu, which is the Proverbs, and some of them are in English and some of them are also in our Samoan language. This is awesome.
I love that. I love it. So we just head over to Say Oriana website.
Say Oriana website, guys. I'll read this one. Land is a blessing for mankind. We use it, grow, nurture, then enjoy with gratitude. We do our best and God will do the rest. I'm done.
So sweet.
That's a great note.
That's December,
That's a great
guys. And you know what? Normally we get the really filtered. We get the filtered calendars. This is real. I love it. I absolutely love it.
How cool to be able to spotlight those
Yeah.
women who don't, maybe their stories
Only
aren't normally shared.
$25. Yeah.
Wow.
We don't normally share these types of images, and I'm gonna, you know what, we will give one on the show next week away to someone that lives in Auckland. We'll give one away.
Yep.
I think this is awesome.
That's
I love
amazing.
it. Yeah.
So maybe tune in on Monday to find out how you can win yourself one of
A
these
calendar,
amazing
2022. But that is it for us. A massive whawhetai lava to our awesome sponsors who continue to show us love so that we can grow. Growing with Mother Nature. Sorry, just had to do that quick one. But thank you, whawhetai lava. Pacific Easy, Pacific 40. Malta o Samoa, Say Oriana, Seki Works, and the Pacific, Laura here at the Pacific Business Hub. A massive thank you, sis. We definitely
She's just open up our eyes.
Yeah, you have.
So
You
good.
really have. It's been an absolute honour having you here, and what a blessing to be able to. We're going to get you back on the show.
For having me on the show,
No,
guys.
thank you. Did
Nice
you
to
want
chat.
to make a shout out to anyone?
Yes, I should say hi to all my family if anyone's watching in Samoa and Australia and obviously New Zealand. Love to you all and thanks for your support, guys. And join NCW.
Yes. Yeah. Power to the woman, guys. Power to the woman. Anyways, thank you, whawhetai lava, to all of our viewers who have tuned in. Don't forget, Monday, we do have a special guest on Monday as well. We've shared everything on our Facebook pages. Polymentia, if you are wondering, what is that? It's a new movement here in Auckland that bringing lights to dementia awareness. So, a lot of our Pasifika community, we're not really... we don't really know anything about this illness, but it is real. And we've got the team who are helping in the Pasifika area to help our people, to help our Samoan and our Pacific communities. So tune in on Monday and then find out how you get to win one of these awesome, beautiful calendars. But that's it from the girls here on BluTable Talanoa. Thank you so much.
Thank
God
you.
bless. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Esquire, baby. Rex, J Sands.
Let's go.
Oh, say I'm say you are complete to me, I get you. By the way that you move and the way that you smile. Say, oh my Dorima, baby, you be giving your hand, I'll take you anywhere. You give me something that I never had. Cause you care, but about to me and the family. Say, why you waiting on me to talk to you? Yeah, I'ma listen what y'all say. Yeah, don't move out in the come here. Yeah, they on the layout, dirty wine, girl, dirty wine.